Hey everybody, we're live. Thanks for coming to my channel for my live stream. If you're watching the replay, just fast forward to see something happening. I'm going to show my new stamps and stencils available from PM Artist Studio, as well as some other things that I bought from them. Hi Becky, how are you? Hi Becky. Hi Keeks, hi Dar. I'm a little bit out of breath because my order came. I just got a notice in the post this morning. So right before I went on, sorry, I'm just adjusting this here. Right before I went on, I drove to the post office and picked up my order. Hi, Marguerite. Hi, Janet Boss Lady. Hi, Diane. How is the sound? Does this sound okay? Whew, I gotta catch my breath. Hi, Diane. Yes, Becky. Hi, Dee Dee. Another fun stream this morning. Always love your coloring. Hi, Shannon. I just need a tissue. My nose, I've got the allergies going on, and my nose is not liking it. So I took Lucy for a walk this morning, and thank goodness I had her stroller because I had my protein shake. I had my regular 2 coffees, 10 ounces each, and then I had another coffee. So I'd had 3 coffees, 1 big protein shake, and I don't think I remembered to go to the washroom. So we're walking, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it home. So I put her in the stroller and I walked really fast. Oh, hi, Lady Jan. Oh, okay. So this is my one of my designs from PM Artist Studio, and my designs are under my name, Yolande Alexander, if you go to their website. So this is one which is interesting that I just finally got it now because I had to order them. But after I've been doing all this like marbling stuff, and then I get this one that's kind of almost marbly like. So that's interesting. So this is a 9x12. It's available in a 8x10, and I can't recall if it's available in a 5x7 or not. Hi, Pamela. So I'm not sure if we'll get to play with that today, but that's that. And then this was out a month or 2 ago, I can't recall, and it's my I don't know what they're called, but they're ladies. So I thought those would be fun to stamp today. Thanks, Keeks. And then I think they're called ladies. Each one has a different name. You can order them the set or individually. And then this is Sketchy Math. And again, each one has a name. You can order them individually or as a set. So I thought those would be fun. And they're sketchy, like they're not meant to be precise. They're meant to be sketchy. So we'll stamp those out too. These ones are about 2.5 by 3 1/4 in that time frame. This one's a bit smaller. This one's about 2.5 by 2 1/4, 2 by 3 1/4. These ones are 3 1/4 by 2.5-ish, around there. These ones were actually, this first one was designed after my Kaleidoscope Friends stencil. So I took the starting piece here, which was these ladies, and then this was kind of where this design had sort of started from. So they kind of go together, but they don't have to. Hi, Joanne. I saw someone else come in. Hi, Tamiko. Hey, Cause Creations. Seeing some new faces here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I think I saw Tamiko say something earlier, but I don't see it now. Let me make sure I'm on all messages. I don't think I was on all messages. All messages. Hi, AB. Yeah, catch the replay. Excellent. Have a great day. Okay, so I think I'm almost caught my breath. So this one, it's kind of more like this 5x7 size, I would say. It's kind of like that one. Scissors head black. They kind of match up with this one. So anyhow, I just thought I would explain the process of the design of that one. So, and then when you order from PM Artist Studio, you get some little prints that they send. So I have a collection of these growing. I see they stamped my Sketchy Math on here. I think this one's called Bits or Bites. And then they stream every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and their website, pmartstudio.com. That's where you can order. I also got Becky's, what are they called? They're called Beads 2 Style. This is style 2. And it's funny because I had to pay customs, and part of the customs, it said jewelry. And I thought, well, I didn't order any jewelry. Why is it saying jewelry? I think it's because it said beads. Hi, Sharon. That's okay, Lady J. We know who you are. And then I also ordered Safia's, let me get this right, crenulated foam stamp block. And this also comes in a strip too. Like I think you can get like an individual one. And then I got the block. And these are quite big. That'd be a fun background for these ladies, I think. I could see these ladies on some of those. Yeah. Jewelry, I know. I'm like, I didn't order any jewelry. What? Jewelry. If you watched my last video that I did with my sister, you'll see that I made a bunch of marbly papers with her. So I've already shown all of these on my video. But then the next day I went back and I did a bunch more. Oh wait, no, these ones, this one's from the video. These are from the video. These are from the video. These are not. These are fresh ones that I did after. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of stamp on these with these ladies. So I'm glad these came today. And then I got more. So on, what's that called? Dictionary paper. Some, it was very faint. So I did a double dip. So that one's 2 layers of the marbling. This one is 2 layers of the marbling. So after it dries, you can go back and add more. So I thought that was kind of a fun little experiment. Okay, so let us get, I feel like I should stamp these. I had so many ideas for today. It's like sometimes you have so many ideas, it's paralyzing. You don't know what to do because your brain is just on fire. So we're just going to start slow and we'll see where we end up. So I'm going to use my 5x7 plate to load up the stamps. And we'll stamp these out. We'll start with that. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Hi, Anne. And if you check out Anne's live stream from today, I sent her a couple stamps and she stamped them out. She showed some other things that she got for her birthday. Let's see. Hi, Kathy. I'm still out of breath. Hi, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie. Okay, so let's, oh, my tray's way over there. Let's just start simple. And I assume the sound is okay. I asked that and I don't remember what y'all said. So this is just some black acrylic paint. Actually, I think I see her more on like this one. I think we should do a test. Do a test beside here. Sound is good. Excellent. Janet said I sound marvelous. Should we go that way? I think we should go that way. So I like to use these foam stamps with acrylic paint, but you can use them with regular ink pads too. There we go. But if you use them with acrylic paint, make sure you wipe them. And then wash them. So I wipe them with a baby wipe and then I wash them later. So when I designed these, I think I was inspired by Megan Quinlan and a lot of her like lady stamps. So I thought you could add, so I just did the top part and you could add like a skirt or something. Just looking for a marker. So you could add your own skirt if you wanted to make it like a paper doll, and then you could add your own doodles. You could color it in. So you get the idea. So it's just a starting point for you to make your own creation. Thanks, Dar. So that's one. Let's do this lady here. I think she'd be fun on this one here. And I'm gonna roll this out again. Whoop, we need more. We need more. Hi, Janet Vishy Bomb Bomb. I kind of like to prime it and then stamp it. Pick it up. So she's kind of more like mid-century modern Jetsons, Lollapalooza. Do you only wash foam stamps with water? Or do you need to use anything on them? You can use like soapy water. So let me just put that in here. And then you could, with this marble background, you could actually do like some doodling in the background too to kind of tie it together. This is the Sharpie acrylic marker. I think these ladies would be fun with some snark, right, Janet? Thanks, Keeks. All right, and let's see if we can get this one done before we run out of, let's do her on one of these pages, alphabet dictionary. You could do it sideways. Excuse me. All the single ladies, all the single ladies. We need more paint. All the single ladies, all the single ladies. Everything's better with snark. Instead of blue bonnet, everything's better with snark on it. There we go. Hi, Rhonda. You can even stamp your baby wipes. And then let's add, I should have stamped her higher there, because then we can add like, should we give her some arms? Essence of arms. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. All right, now let's use some of Becky and Safia's in the background. Then we'll grab some snark out. But let's do, what if we do this in like red? And then we add, we could cut these out and put them on top. I don't know if we'll be able to pick all that up, but. Or blue, we could do turquoise. Should we do turquoise? Do you guys want me to do turquoise on there, or do you want me to do red? The princess one in the middle, that one? Oh, you got that one? Oh, thanks, Rhonda. I'm glad you got that. Okay. So I'm just waiting to see if you guys want turquoise or red on there. This would be a cool one. These papers, I had a lot of fun making these marble papers. Turquoise or red? Turquoise. Okay, someone said turquoise. Now, once again, what is turquoise? What is turquoise? To me, turquoise is kind of like aqua green, but maybe it's more bluey. I'll grab these paints out. Whoops. Cerulean. I'm looking for more of a turquoise. Let's put some teal with this one. I just feel like it's not. See, this one says turquoise, but to me that's very dark. And Diane says she's been playing with the girl stencil lately. Cool. I try to get over to Makers Mixed Media Facebook group more often. I need to work harder at that. I just get, it's hard to keep up with Instagram and Facebook and all the streams. And yeah, this one's going to be kind of like a modeled. And then we can do a pickup with this too, once we stamp it. I should move this stamp away. Okay, so let's go. Let's pick up. I don't think I've loaded it enough. That's pretty good. I want to kind of have the pattern here too. All right, let's see. Does chat think of the color name or the stone had the name first for turquoise? That's a very good question. There we go. Rhonda says, I saw some oyster turquoise on Etsy that's drop dead gorgeous with oranges and blues. Interesting. Okay, so we'll let that dry. And then let's do Becky's beads. I'm going to have to pick that up with something first. Which one is screaming Becky's? Oh, you guys can't even see me flipping through this. Here, let me flip through this here. So I'm looking for something to put Becky's beads on. So these are a bunch of marbly papers I made using that Deco Art water marbling, and it's a little bit addictive. That might be cool. This one, trying to picture. I think these are fun card bases. I like that one. That one was a fun one. And I had done some on the washi paper, and it worked well. I should do that again. The worded page, you want on the worded page, Becky? Okay. Let's do it on. Which one do you want to do it on? The dictionary page, this one, or on, I think on this one. We'll do it on that one. I feel like that should be in black though. Dee Dee says it traveled from Sinai through Turkey and hence the name. From the Sinai Peninsula. Okay, let me pick this up with yellow. I think yellow. Ah. And then we'll stamp out some of the, oh, wasn't quite dry. So we picked up a little bit of the paint perhaps. Ugh, making a mess there. All right, so I need some paper. Hi, Jane. Okay, and then we'll do this in black. Should we try doing it with, I'll show you guys my color page too in a second. Should we do it with the archival black instead of acrylic? Or will it take too much? I don't know if my archival black is juicy enough. Let's try it. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Let's try it. I don't know. Let's overstamp with red on that one. Let's see. All right, so that's with Safia's stamp in the background. It's kind of cool. Let's do red here. I think that's why I like stamping with the acrylic inks, acrylic paint, because I don't really feel like my stamp pads are juicy enough. I have seen people do Inktense though. Hi, Safia. Look what we did. Woohoo! Okay, let's use red. And I'll just stamp over it. We'll see how it looks. Maybe the black will just kind of look like a shadow. Load it up. Don't know if I got it loaded up enough. Come on, stamp. I think the first time you use it, it takes a little bit more to load her up. So Safia says that her design, this crenellated one, is from a hand carved stamp from the first time she did Carved December in 2023. That is so cool. Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's let that dry and then we'll pick it up. And we still have to do our sketchy math. Let's fussy cut some of these out. I think this one's probably the easiest to fussy cut. Yeah, it does look 3D. So we'll put this one on. I feel like this one needs more of a, like a modern vibe one. You just give this a quick fussy cut. And of course you could color this in with paints, colored pencils. If you watch PM Artist Studio, they do lots of work with their foam stamps if you need ideas on how to use them. Just gonna cut her out. So she's pretty easy to cut out because it's just wavy lines. And then we'll add some snark, and then maybe we shall do a giveaway. I feel like maybe I think we need like a black border to bring it together. Not sure. Maybe we could just put her by herself here like that. That might be okay. Let's see. Hope this isn't too boring for y'all. And if you don't want a totally fussy cut, you can leave like leave a little bit of a white border. What I might do is I might actually put a glaze on this one to have it kind of meld into the background a bit. She reminds you of a superhero. Cool. What would her superhero name be? I don't remember, because each one's available individually, but I don't remember what their names are. I should check that. What we can do is we can just kind of give her like, that could be like her skirt. Oh no, we're gonna put her on this one. So let's make her, let's glaze her in some pink maybe. This is just regular copy paper. And what about, this one's a bit faded, but it might be all right. You could definitely spend more time fussy cutting more accurately. I'm just, because I'm live, I'm just kind of going a little bit fast. The one with the long hair, the first one, looks like she's wearing an eye mask, like a masquerade ball in a Renaissance Venice or female Zorro. Yeah, they all have kind of like a mask or like glasses on. That's kind of how I envisioned them when I was designing them. I like the Venice interpretation. I think that's very cool. Okay, let's pick this up with let's see. No, not that color. So that's red. Let's pick up with, let's do another yellow. Let's do fluorescent yellow. Hi, Jackie. That one should be Poison Pleasure. That sounds very ominous. Okay, let's just pick it up on the other side of this one. Electra Girl, that's this one, right? Electra Girl. Atomic Annie. Am I missing? Please feel free to put anything in caps if you really want me to have a good chance to see it. Okay, let that sit. And maybe we could glaze her in this bright, bright yellow. Will it be too bright? I think it'd be better if we colored her, but I don't have the patience to color her at the moment. This one will glaze. This one we can just glue on. I like it like that. Okay, let's grab out some snark while we're waiting for my plate to be ready. Oh, before I do that, this is my coloring page I showed last time. I finished it and I added, instead of just the pink metallic in the background, I added a bit of blue and a bit of yellow and then some other blue. And then this was my first time trying to outline with like gel pen to try to get rid of a lot of the black lines. So I was pretty happy with it. I think it turned out cute. So this is that book that I found out about from Cat and Paste, Christine. And I think it's by seasons. I think every season I'll try to do one page in that. Hi, Utah. Hi, Debbie. I think I saw Debbie Epps come in. Did I see her? Yes, I did. Okay, so let me grab out some snark. I've also got this Tim Holtz snark that I bought when I was in the States. Let's see. How about your crazy is showing? You might want to tuck that back in. Maybe for this one. What do you think, Janet? Hi, Lizzie Jean. Your crazy is showing. You might want to tuck that back in for this one here. And we'll give some of these away. Hi, Linda. Maybe Janet's not here. She might be busy doing her garden stuff. And then I still want to stamp out my Sketchy Math. Yeah, so I need to do my ATCs for Janet and Dee Dee's giveaway. Not giveaway. My brain is like overthinking right now. For Janet and Dee Dee's ATC swap. That's what I tried. That's what I wanted to say. Just grab some. This one's kind of pretty. I don't know if she looks that crazy, but I didn't see in chat if anybody had any ideas. Hi, Darcy. Welcome. Maybe it's better for this one. I think it's more like your crazy is showing. This one's more chaotic, I think. Yeah, oh, there we go. And do you guys think I should zoom out a little bit now that I'm kind of all over the place here? Why limit happy to just 1 hour? Yes, I think we'll do that one too. I think that's very fun. Just cut that. Oh, thanks, Keeks. I hope you will enjoy them. Okay, and then that would look good on a black background. Right? That'll look fun. So we'll put that on that one. Why limit happy to an hour? How about on this one? I think it's good on this one. And I would normally like maybe ink around the edges. Remember, if you want me to see something, please put it in uppercase or in caps, and I'll be more likely to see it. I can't promise. I think we'll put that on black too. So we'll do a giveaway in a little bit. Let's just finish up the snark. And this one, how about this one? I wish more people were fluent in silence, because this one's sort of calm and serene, right? Hi, Paula. Isn't it bedtime? We could just put it on the bottom, or should we put it on the top? I think the top looks good. I guess that was a rhetorical question. So I'm just putting a bit of Eileen's tacky. The other day in her live stream, Art Junkie Shannon was asking, what's your favorite glue stick? And I said mine was Elmer's. And that's just because that's what I can get easily up here in Canada. And I usually put Eileen's tacky first, and then I spread it with the glue stick. And that purple will go away. Okay. We could grungify these more, but don't think I'm going to right now. Okay. All right, so we got 3, and let's do, I think we should just do a glaze on this one. Let's just grab this. This should be done. There we go. Maybe we'll put the Sketchy Math on that. Let's glaze that with, let's just do a yellow, but not like a super bright yellow. But we don't want it opaque. Maybe just this lemon yellow. Let's see if that looks, and we can always overstamp it if it's too opaque. Just kind of spread it thin here. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm taking too much off. Let's just do this way then. Let's just do, we'll just kind of spread the paint on there. There we go. That's another way to glaze it. Okay, and then this one, I'm thinking pink, but maybe a pink metallic. Hold under gel plate to test. That's a good idea. This might be not very transparent because of the metallic part, but we're just going to kind of give it like, so like a little light. Because she's kind of there. I like that. I like it. And we'll just pick some of this up with the brayer off. Hi, Christina. Hi, Messy Dye. Hi, Linda Renz. We got all sorts of people in the house. That's getting all grungy, fun colors. So I like that. I feel like maybe trying to overstamp this using turquoise. Let's try it. Turquoise again, but let's do the dark one, the one that actually says turquoise blue. And then I'll do my best to line it up. If it doesn't line up, then it doesn't line up, and we can just, we haven't glued it down yet. Nope, not that one. We haven't glued it down yet, so we can always just make another one. So this one, yes, it's this one. Okay, I'm gonna need more now. Although I like those little dots. I'm just gonna pick those up because they're fun. See? Like little chicken tracks. If you came in a little bit after the beginning, I won't say late because there is no late here. I was explaining that before I went on, I took Lucy for a little walk in her stroller, and I had lots of coffee, so I needed to get back lickety split. Let's just say. So I was happy I had her stroller because I just put her in her stroller and I just walked super fast. Thanks for the thumbs, Linda. There we go. That's cool. I like that. Let's put that. And look at the baby wipe. We can let that dry and then make it like an inky mess. I'm going to keep that one. So I don't know if Janet's still here, but Janet, I sent your happy mail, and you'll be happy to know that I sent you an inky baby wipe just to torture you. So there, I like that. I think that's kind of goes together now. All right, let's get some more snark. We're just doing Tim Holtz snark today because it's handy. If it is handy, where did I put it? I had that little booklet. Oh my gosh. My desk is a mess. My husband said, "Oh, you're singing everything today." Like this morning, I was like singing my responses to him. Oh, here it is. Okay. Should we do... I like this one. I'd like to announce I have no idea what I'm doing. Right? Hi, Kayberg. Hey, Trainwreck, this isn't your station. Where's the unsubscribe button on adulthood? I like that one. Let's put that one on this one here. Although, should we do it in black? No, this one doesn't have any black on it. So normally I would like ink the edges. Do you want to put her on the side like that and then do it in two? Hi, Christine. Okay, so this one's going to be, where's the unsubscribe button on adulthood? Of course, I have my glue like super far. Diane, I can't imagine your big pit bull in a little tiny doggy paw stroller with bunny ears. It's funny. All right. Oh, I did the wrong one first. Where's the unsubscribe? So because we're gluing this onto acrylic paint, so like the background is marbled acrylic paint, and so is the so is the stamp. So I'm using the Eileen's Tacky. If I just trusted the sticker, I don't think it would stay on. So Eileen's Tacky and then a little bit of glue stick. And then let's glue her down too. So just a bit of relaxing fun with some painty papers and some of my new stamps, foam stamps, or you could just use whatever you have, magazine. You could use magazine images. Okay, and this one here. How about, please cancel my subscription to your issues. How about, oh, the black ones, are they the same? They have white, like they have a set of white and then they have a set of black print. But I don't know. Oh, it is the same. What was the one I wanted to do? Please cancel my subscription to your issues. Do you guys like that in black? I think maybe on this one. Yeah, let's do it on that one, the black one. Please cancel my subscription to your issues. Just trying to decide where to put them. Maybe like that. And then we'll what are my stamps called? That's a very good question. What are they called? I had a piece of paper. Dar, do you remember what they're called? I don't know where my piece of paper went with my something about ladies. We were making up names for them earlier. I'm not sure. I will look that up in a second. They're called the girls. Thank you, Keeks. All right, let's put her on first. And then we'll do a giveaway. We have 6. That's a lot of mailing, but I don't have a lot going on this weekend, so it should be okay. So we'll do 6 giveaways. But I'll put them on black backing. Do the giveaway, and then we'll play with the, we still haven't done anything with the Sketchy Math yet. Please cancel. My subscription. I think I'll put that down here to your issues. I'll put it a bit lower. So it's kind of like a pause for effect. Janet was here, but I know she was saying this morning that she needed to work in her garden. So she might be tending to her plants on Monkey Island. next week, maybe I'll work on my ATCs with you guys. I have an idea. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. All right, and then we just need this one. And I think I might I have no idea what I'm doing. This, I'd like to announce I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's glaze it with that same yellow, which was this yellow, I think. I'm just going to use my finger. And some water. Boop. Well, there's Janet. Oh, Janet's letting me be in charge of the snark. Normally I take more time and I let you guys choose it more, but I'm kind of trying to get to my other stamps. So I'd like to announce. And I like to cut things up into portions that kind of make sense. Do you want to center that? Yeah, I'm going to center it, I think. Okay. So when we do the giveaway, we're going to wait till I type go, and then what I'll do is you just put your numbers in once, and I'm going to pick two different numbers. So the three closest to the first number I pick will get to choose their card. And remember, I'm going to back them onto some black cardstock. And then the second number I pick, the first three closest will pick which ones they want. And then you have to make sure that if I don't have your address, your mailing address, your physical mailing address, right, Dee Dee? That if you know, you know, that you can email me your address, or if you're on Instagram and we follow each other, you can send it to me there, or on Facebook. So this one has Becky's beaded, I didn't do a great job showing it, but her beaded stamp. And then this other one has Safia's crenellated stamp. And we're going to put them all on black. And I'll put a number. I'm going to put them all on some black cardstock. Make like a little postcard. And then we'll do some stamping with the math stamps. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So I need to, so we're going to put a number between 1 and 100. I'm going to throw these, we'll throw these in the sink for a second while you guys are doing that. So I'm just putting a bit of soap in the sink, and then I'm just throwing the stamps in face down so that we get that acrylic paint off. Ooh, this blue one turned out cool. I think I'll let that one dry too. Just gonna wash my hands for a second here while I'm here. I hope the sink sound's not making anybody have to go wee-wee like I had to this morning when I was walking Lucy. So look at this baby wipe. That looks really cool. So the other thing with foam stamps is you can actually stamp on fabric. You can stamp on fabric. Maybe we'll do that someday. All right, everybody got their numbers in? I'm going to press stop. Okay, and let me we're going to put some I might trim that one down a bit. It's a bit big. So you're going to get some marbly, snarky, foam stamped papers. All right, I need a pen. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so let's go to random generator. Split view. Okay, so we're going to do the first 3 closest to, without going over, 12. Ooh, that might be tough. I don't know. Did anybody get over 12 or under 12? I don't see. Sorry, Beth. Beth, how about you put in your number? We put your number back, and then you can be in the second. When we do the second number, you can be qualified for that one. Okay, I don't see anybody under 12. You can't see all the papers. Yes, well, I will bring them out a bit more once people are picking. There we go. All right, let's try another one. So the first 3 closest, 13. Oh my goodness. I think the slowest one is 16. Okay, let's try again. 21. Okay, we should have some people under 21. Okay, let me get it. So the number is 21. And we have Keeks has 16. Marguerite has 15. I just see those 2 under 21. So we'll do the next group will be, we'll do 4. So, all right, Keeks, which one do you want? Hopefully you guys can see them all now. That's 1. I'd like to announce, I have no idea what I'm doing. Number 2 is why limit happy to an hour. 3 is where's the unsubscribe button on adulthood. 4 is I wish more people were fluent in silence. 5 is please cancel my subscription to your issues. And 6 is your crazy is showing, you might want to tuck that back in. I'll just zoom out just a smidge. All right, Keeks wants 3, this one, okay. And Marguerite, which one do you want? Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Oh, Marguerite, you're really, really behind. Sorry, I think you're too far behind. All right, Marguerite, which one would you like? So while we're waiting for Marguerite. Oh, I see what you're saying. I misunderstood. Marguerite, you want number 5. I get it now. All right. Sorry. Oh my goodness. You aren't behind. I'm behind. My brain is behind. All right, Marguerite, I'm pretty sure I have your address. Keeks, you can email me your address. Let's see. Here's my email. Or you can send it to me on Facebook or Instagram. I think that's correct. Oh, whoops, whoops. That's the second part. Did I erase it? Okay. Let's try that again. Hi, Zen-Jen. Okay, I'm going to just do it all. Problem is I can't see what I'm typing because my keyboard's coming up. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. All right, so Keeks and Marguerite, you're going to get those. I'm going to back them on black cardstock before I mail them to you. All right, let's pick another number. And closest to, without going over, the 4 people, 40. The number is 40. So let's go way back here. So without going over though, so we have Juta has, where was it? Juta has 33. And Lara has 26. Jackie has 24. Who else is closest without going over? So I've got Judah has 33. Anne has 26. And Jackie has 24. Can my mods tell me who the 4th person is? Yeah, it's without going over. Jackie has 24. Yeah, I need one more. So is there someone else in the 20s? Or Art Junkie? And Art Junkie. Art Junkie has, oh, where did it go? 25. Okay, so Juta, you pick first. Which one do you want? Hope that's right. All right, so Juta, you go ahead and pick. While I'm picking, I'm just gonna pick this up. Speaking of pick up, let's pick that up with some pink. And then we'll do some more, we'll do some sketchy math stamping. I feel like that needs to be more grungy though. I need a piece of paper, but I don't want a thick piece of paper. Number 4, all right. Juta, I think, can you send me your address? I feel like I have it, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the next one is Anlar. And let me get rid of that random number generator. Sorry, I just need a little sip of my buble. All right, Anlar, you tell me what number you want, and then we'll get Art Junkie next. And I know I have your address. Art Junkie, I do not have your address. Anne wants number 2. Why limit happy to an hour? Perfect. And Laura. And then Shannon, you pick next. And if you can send me your address, that would be great. So Art Junkie Shannon, you go next. And then Jackie, I feel like I have your address. So Shannon wants this one. And Jackie, you get this one. Jackie Hunter, yeah. I'm pretty sure I have your address. I have your address, right, Jackie? Cool. All right, so let me put that in a safe zone so I can find them. There we go. And we'll put them on some black cardstock. All right, so those were my new stamps, the girls. Let's look up their names. I bet you it's like girl 1, girl 2, girl 3 or something. Slide over. PM artist. Okay, so the girls, 3 styles. And then this is the sketchy math that we're doing. So the girls, 3 styles. Let's see if they have names. I do not recall. Just a second. I gotta zoom out. No, they're option 1, 2, and 3. They don't have names. So they're just called the girls. Yeah. Yeah, girl 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Dar. All right, let's do, whoopsie. So that's a painty paper piece. Let's grab out the big gel plate and we'll stamp off this time and then pick up. Stamp off, stamp off. So we'll do, oh, this has some grunge on it already. Perfect. Let's do black and dark blue, and then we'll pick it up with like quinacridone or something. Black. And how about this brilliant blue, ultramarine? Okay, let's zoom out a smidge. Bring it out over here. We'll do an ombre. What should you use for sealer on ATC swap? You don't have to seal your ATC if you don't want to. It's up to you. So we're going to stamp off with the sketchy math. I'll just do them like that too. And we should stamp off onto some paper. You can stamp it off onto this maybe. So these, I think these ones have names though. Let's do that. Actually, that's not going to work on that paper. This one, I kind of like it as like a, this is my first time playing with these. And then this. Okay. I like the Omega. I like it right side up, I think. Do Omega. I think that one's called Omega. And let's do this one again. Okay. Do a few little bits over here, bits and bobs, and you don't have to. The nice thing with foam stamps is you can kind of like bend them a bit, so you don't have to put the full stamp on if you don't want to. So, all right, so I'm going to wrap these in my Baby Wipes. Let that dry, and then we'll pick it up. Not sure where I got that blue line. Yeah, Dee Dee uses the Deco Art Doer Clear Varnish. If it's something that is water soluble, though, you might want to use a spray varnish. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, Marguerite. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. I'm not sure why there's those lines, but I'm not mad at that. And then this is just kind of some randomness, which should be fun painty paper. So while this is drying, let's use this because I haven't used it yet. I wonder how this would look over one of our marble papers. If it would wreck it, or let's see if I grab one that I'm not overly fond of this one. What if we did a pickup with that? Would that be weird? What's Adria up to? To be fast enough to put a number, should you drive? No, you shouldn't drive. Let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Just have to decide what color. Thinking like a muted color. And do I want to have the holes there, or do I want what's showing through the holes show there? So we could do like a flop off, or we could do like a secondary pickup. I think I want the full thing though, so we should get out Big Peggy for that. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside here. Let's get Big Peggy out. Now this is a little bit loud. Come on, Big Peggy. So Big Peggy is the 12 by 14 Jelly Arts plate. I think all my other plates, well, not the little shape ones, those are Jelly Arts too, but the rest are gel press. All right, so what we can do is we could do, we've got two ways we can do this. So if we want the lines on here, we can put paint on them and then do a flop off, or we can put paint on here, put this down, do a pickup on top of this with something else, lift this up, and then put this down, right? So I'm feeling like I want to maybe just do, I think I might want to just do a flop off. So I'm going to do a flop off. Now, what color? Maybe like just slightly darker blue than what's on there. like this blue. Well, that's pretty dark. Let's see, what else do I have here? Or we can be crazy and do like orange. I don't think so. I think, or maybe that turquoise would be good. Not green. Where did that turquoise go? Got the aqua. Here it is. Maybe we'll do mottled. We'll do turquoise. And this blue. Let's do that. I don't know the, I never watched King of the Hill. I think it's Canadian though, right? But I never watched it. Or am I thinking of something else? So we're going to do this kind of mottled. These papers I did marbling with my sister, and it's a video. Some of these I did after we, oh, I wasn't gonna, oh, I messed up. That's not what I wanted to do. So we're gonna do it the second way. I meant to put it this on and then do that. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna do it this way instead. There's no use crying over spilt paint. Now, do I have a piece of paper that would be fun to pick that up with? Let's pick it up with this one. Yeah, so Lizzie Jean, there's, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see there's a, you can look under videos or lives. If you look under videos, there's a marbling session I did with my sister. And that's how those papers were done, using this Deco Art marbling kit. There's other marbling kits available though, so I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna put this down on here like so. And I don't know, let's see if there's enough on here to do. I don't think there's enough for a flop off to get on here, but we'll just try it. Yeah, see, that wouldn't have worked, but maybe I'll do another one. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that would be cool. We can keep that and put that on a different one using, so that is neat. I don't mind that. I'm not mad at that. It's like picking up, using a marble print to pick up a marbly, swirly pattern. I think that's kind of cool. What we could do is we could pick that one using this and maybe some matte medium. That might be cool. Let's try that. This one's kind of like grungy anyhow, so excuse me, that was the matte medium. So this stencil is, it was released a while ago. I just got it. It's called Aromatic Musings. I will look for the piece of paper in a moment. So matte medium's basically like a clear acrylic and it acts like a glue. Looks like I had a bit of the blue left over on the brayer, but I don't think I care. Let me get a bigger piece of paper. Put down on that. Cat and Paste says reminds her of cotton candy, very summery. That's cool. So King of the Hill is like an adult cartoon, not nasty or anything, but easier for adults to understand. When my kids were small, I had to tell my dad, just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean it's appropriate for young children. Because I think my kids were like toddlers. I think he had like, he didn't watch animated, so he didn't know. So it's not like he was a big watcher of The Simpsons, but he had them watching The Simpsons or something like that. So I had to say, no, Dad, just no. And then that was what we picked up through. That's kind of cool. Looks almost like an animal print, like a zebra, a blue zebra. All right, let's see if I can find the, here it is. So this is the Aromatic Musings, the 9x12 stencil. So I'm going to put Peggy in her little alcove, and then we'll grab out the stamped, the stamps we just did on this 8x10 plate. And we shall pick that up, I think, with good old quinacridone nickel azo gold. Did the matte medium reactivate my paint? I don't think so. I think I just still had some paint on my brayer. I think that's what happened. I don't think it reactivated it. Let's get some paper ready. So that's dry. Don't know if I had enough paint on there. We shall see. I'm blaming this brayer. I don't feel like I got a good coating. I probably should have just waited. So that's what it should look like, but I don't think it's going to look like that. I might have to salvage it with some matte medium because I don't think I had enough paint on there. Okay. See if this one's ready to go. So I have an idea for my ATCs for the swap. Again, the theme, if anybody doesn't know, it's passport. So I'm not mad that I had a bit of that blue left over. It kind of incorporated everything together. So sometimes it's happy accidents. That looks very tie-dye tribal to me. What do you guys think? Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. I like it. But yeah, you can see the paint that wasn't dry on there. It kind of smudged on here, but I think it's okay. Yeah, I like it. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. And then, so it's two different looks, right? This is the lines from in between. Cool. So you can get all sorts of different looks from one stencil. So this is the openings. This is underneath the Yupo, so the actual lines of the stencil. And then this one is like what's left over in between them. Dad shirt vibes. Yeah, that would be cool. This one gives me dad shirt vibes. Neat fabric for quilting. Cool. All right, so what else? What else? What else? Oh, I didn't show you guys this one. So this was, you can leave the medium for the marbling. You can leave it up to 5 days. So every now and then I'd come back and I'd do a bit more, but I had missed a little bit of ink was on the surface and it had kind of like collapsed over time. And it was just this little tiny pattern. So I just picked it up with a big piece of paper, like a bigger piece of paper, and it made this really cute little, almost like a, I don't know, I just like it. So then I just used a stamp punch to kind of isolate it because it was right on the edge of the paper. So I couldn't center it. And then this was the bunny that didn't work. I didn't show this in the video, but this is the one that, it didn't work, but actually, you know, it did. Yeah, it comes off. It doesn't really stick, but the craft eggs that I got worked much better. Yeah, like a little dancing person. All right, what else can we do? What else? What if we do some stamping onto here? Do we want to put any of our sketchy math? What are we doing for time? We still have half an hour. He's not a bad egg. A pelican, a bird, a mermaid. That's funny. I feel like stamping the girls back on here. Let me cut these. An Adam Sandler shirt. That's funny. Okay. Let me go get the girls from the sink. That sounds weird. I'm gonna get the girls from the sink. Just gonna rinse these off a little bit. I didn't really do much in my Safia collaboration little journal this last week, so I don't really have any new pages to show you there. I need some time just to sit in my room and putter. But I guess I had a play date with my sister, which was fun. Oh, I have to tell you guys, so you know how my mom fell in the care home and broke her hip? Well, last week, my brother was visiting her, and he says, he texts me, yeah, so, sorry, that's the sink. So, yeah, Mom fell out of bed between the wall and the bed. So they've moved her bed against the wall now. So she fell, like there's like a little opening between the wall and her bed, and apparently, I don't know how, because she does have a bed rail, but the bed rail is only on the top part of the bed, and she's not a super tall person, so I guess she must have scooched down in the bed a bit, and she ended up falling in that crack. And I asked her later, I said, so did you fall all the way to the floor? Did you just get like wedged? She said, no, I ended up on the floor. She doesn't know how. I said, Mom, you need to stop falling out of bed. Hi, Juta. Thanks for coming. Have fun at your knit group. Okay, so I just washed those off. So let's stamp them onto here. Actually, let's do onto this one. What color should we do? We could do all three of them. Well, she has a bed rail. I think there's an alarm, but it's not very loud, and it would be too late by the time they find her, right? Yeah, she didn't break anything. She got like a couple little bruises, but I feel like I'm on a turquoise kick. I want to do turquoise again. Or we could do something that's going to show. I don't want to do black. I don't want to do purple. I have to do blue. I don't want to do green. Let's do just looking. We could do brown, but no. I don't think white's going to be any good. Magenta? No, that's not going to be enough contrast. How about Prussian blue? Turquoise, yeah, I keep wanting to do turquoise. I think we'll do Prussian blue on this one. And then we'll see on the other one if we can find like an opaque, maybe white and yellow to make like an opaque one. Yes, no more jumping in the beds. So the stamps are still a little bit wet from the being in the sink. So I feel like it's accepting the paint a little bit easier. And then the gel plate is a nice cushy surface. So that's cool. I like that. Coolio. Okay, let's do, I wish I had like a really opaque yellow. Let's see. What if we mixed Naples yellow with fluorescent yellow? Maybe that would give us an opaque yellow. Let's try that. Because this fluorescent yellow is very translucent. And this Naples yellow is supposed to be opaque. So Diane had a bit of a fall when she was 9 months pregnant. The bed broke. You rolled face down between the wall and the mattress. Oh, I still have blue on there. That's not going to work. We got to get this blue off. I think this is going to be a bit of a bright green because it's got some blue on it. Oh well. We'll see if it's opaque enough. I don't know that it's opaque. I don't have high hopes for that. Eventually your husband heard the muffled cries for help. Oh my gosh. We have this picture in our family of, I guess, my brother and my sister, who are older than me. They used to play hide and seek in the house. And one time he went and hid inside this, you know, we used to have those mattresses that you could fold up. Anyways, he went to hide there, and he got stuck and he was crying and crying. And this isn't really like my parents, but they decided to, before rescuing him, to take a photo. So we have this picture of my sister smiling and laughing, and she looks like she's about 5, and my brother looks like he's about 3 or 4, and he's like crying. Okay, let's see. Well, that's not bad. That's kind of cool, actually. It's very muted. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. So you got to wipe these if you use acrylic paint, because you don't want to get the openings. If the acrylic paint dries in the openings, then you're not going to get your crisp image. See, that's why you got to give them a good wash. So I was talking about ATCs, wasn't I? So yes, I have an idea. So I'm going to test it this week, and then next week I'll work on the ATCs. And then this one. Nope, that's the math one. Oh, I didn't pick it up yet. Yeah, that one's a little bit not so bright. Let's do a little bit more on that one. I think the paint was drying. Diane says, as a child, I was the only one of us kids who could fit through the laundry chute. My siblings couldn't figure out how I got downstairs. Did you tell them you were magic? Magic. Now, it might be hard to line this up, but I will try my best. Okay, I'm going to go like that. See if that lines up. There we go, it's a bit better. This is not my ATC, no. So Janet M. Young and Dee Dee Willingham are hosting a ATC swap, and the theme is passport. So it's not my challenge, but it's passport theme. So check out Janet M. Young's channel. If you're watching the replay, I'll put the link in the description below. All right. So I think it might be cool. No, I was going to say we could add some stamping around it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm just thinking, let's put a few more sketchy stamps of the math on this brayer off sheet. We'll just use a bit of black. We'll kind of fill it up. Maybe we can add some of the Becky and Safia stamps too, because I have them just on the side here. They're a little bit wet. I just put them in this tray when I took them out of the sink. So let's do a little bit of that. It's a bit too wet, but once it dries, it should be fine. And let's do this one. Okay, sorry you can hear my stomach growling. So this weekend we have another dance competition. So we're going to practice tonight. Let's just do like a little bit of non-complete. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Here's the other one. I've already got it there. I don't really want it together. And let's do Becky's jewelry stamp. No, beads. I just need a paper towel because this is too wet. It's too wet. Okay, let me put a little bit more paint here. Oopsie, that's a lot. That was more than a little. Oh, look at that. That looks cool. I wonder how that would. That's cool. That's just from the leftover paint from the stamp. This is a bit wet here. So I didn't put it on there fully. I want to kind of fill in this spot here. Ooh, that really filled in. Well, that's fun. Isn't it funny how like the most random papers can be really fun? A crow silhouette would be neat in the middle light area, like right here. That's cool. don't have a crow, but I have a bird. Let's see. Let me get my bird stamp out. All right, dragon eye. I have this bird one. Would that be okay there? You can try it, sure. It's fun arting with you guys. I wouldn't have thought, let's put a bird on it. I wouldn't have thought that with math. It's a cute brayer. It's a little tiny brayer. I think it's a 1 inch. There we go. Crested a split rail so the rail was the full length of the bed. She fell when she scooted to the end of the half rail because she wanted to go to the window. Well, the thing is, when I had to sign off that she could have a bed rail, so I said yes. And then I said, do you have like, is there one that's like full? Because I was worried about that because she's so tiny. Like she's like probably 4'8" now. And they said, no, we don't have the full ones. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. So here, you can make painty baby wipes. And then you could spray them with ink, right? So this is just a baby wipe. And now we've turned it into a beautiful piece of collage fabric. You guys are like, wow, she's really grasping at straws. Now she's stamping baby wipes. What about this one? What can we stamp on this one? What about some funky girls? I don't know if there's enough. There we go. You can use ink tents to stamp on fabric. So when this dries, it's going to be crusty a bit because of acrylic paint. But if you want it not crusty, you could use ink tents. Let's just go grab an ink tents block and we'll do that. Let me just go grab a maybe like a indigo blue one or something and we'll try it. And then we'll do a review of our prints from today, and that's about it. I'm just like, wow, I didn't really have much planned, but sometimes when you just get going. So those are the ink tents blocks that I have. Let's do this indigo kind of color. I'm not sure if this is it, but it looks kind of indigo-ish. And should we do... She's not really tie-dye material. Let's do it on this one. Let's just wipe that acrylic off. And then when I'm done, I shall go to the sink and wash these all. I'm just dipping that in the water. And you can do more than one color too, I think. I haven't used ink tents, I don't think, on foam stamps much. You can use Neo 2s. There, so that gives us more of like a tie-dye. And that's going to be, that'll be soft when it dries, I think. Well, except there's acrylic paint on here, so that's kind of cool. Let's see. Here we have our bird. What can we put around our bird? I don't know if the beads will work. How about we put this? I don't know where that Inktense block went. I put it down. Here it is. So let's use a couple colors. So we'll use some of the blue, and let's use a little bit of this green. I don't know which green this is. I just grabbed one of the blocks. And then you could cut these out and slow stitch on them, or, and if I spray that with water, so I'm just going to spritz that. Should give us like a do it again. Let's see how many we can get from this one. Well, this went really random. Oh, I was way behind chat. Sorry if I missed anybody coming or going. So even though this is sketchy math, it doesn't have to be mathy. It can just be whatever. Okay. All right, let's do a review. I'm just gonna, I'll bring those back to the sink in a minute. Put those ink blots there. So we got our baby wipe, hippie baby wipe. We've got our black and white baby wipe. You could cut this into strips and make like tassels for your, not tassels, but like handles for your tags or something. We got this one with the girls, and this one's on Safia's crenellated stamp. This one is on the beaded stamp from Becky. We got this random bunch of yumminess, very fun. We've got our marbleized aromatic musing paper. So we got marbled paper that we use the stencils on. Okay, and that's this stencil here, the Aromatic Musings. This was a off pull. Oh, we got to pull the, here, let me move this. We have to pull the math papers. Let me move this out of the way. And that's going to make a nice pickup print. We didn't pull this one yet. Oh, it did pick up. Look at that. I'm shocked. I thought, wow, I love it. I thought I didn't have enough paint on there. I guess I didn't have enough paint there, but there's our Sketchy Math background one where we stamped off instead of stamping on. Maybe I'll call this stream Stamp On, Stamp Off. I love that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Okay, and what else did we do? We did those foam girls on the marbleized paper that I had that we're going to give away. I'd like to announce, I have no idea what I'm doing. Your crazy is showing, you might want to tuck that back in. So these were marbled papers I did over the weekend. Why limit happy to an hour? I drew on some bad arms to her. I wish more people were fluent in silence. We added some dots. So you can color these in, you can add dots, you can doodle on them. You can stamp them with the foam stamps with like ink pads, which doesn't work so good for me. Acrylic paint, Inktense. You can use Neocolor 2s. Please cancel my subscription to your issues. Where's the unsubscribe button on adulthood? And then this was Safia's crenellated stamp. So, wow, that was a mishmash. That was a mishmash. Oh my gosh. So I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'm not sure what I'm going to use as a thumbnail. I'll have to cobble something together, but thanks for coming, everybody. Next week we will work on some ATCs, I think so. And I'll show you what I've been up to the last week. I think, was that anything else that anybody can think of? Thanks, Lizzie. Yeah. Lizzie reminded me the other plate. Yeah, here it is. Yay. What else? Thanks to my mods. Thank you, Dar and Janet, K-Berg, anybody else, any other mods that came in? I can't remember if I missed anybody. Hey, Brenda, I didn't see you sneak in. I had fun. It was a bit chaotic. We kind of went on a rabbit trail. I don't know how we ended up on baby wipe stampage, but you know what? You just got to go with the flow. Toodles. All right. Yes, I did a lot. All right. Thanks for coming. And once again, after I press end, I have to take the camera off, so it's going to get a little bit rocky, but I apologize for that. So, hey, Cassie. Yeah, please watch the replay. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye. Here's where it gets a little bit rocky. Sorry about that. And we'll press end.